How's it going, everybody? Welcome to The Drop. This is the official podcast of ComicDrops.com, and we'll be dropping new episodes every single Friday. Basically, on every week's podcast, we'll be covering the latest news that's happening that week, whether it be Marvel, DC, Star Wars, video games. So basically anything that's like geeky or just like really exciting to us and to other people, we'll be covering it here. I am your host, Josh Sharp, and joining me today are my two other co-hosts. The first one up is he's a huge Aquaman fan and an avid Batwoman shipper. Andrew Lilly, how you doing today, man?
Yeah, hey. Wonder Bat shipper.
I was kidding. He doesn't like Wonder Bat at all. He's voiced it many times. Also joining me today is Alex Bats. Wow, I almost called you Batman. I mean, he's got Bat in his name, so I mean he's automatically cool in my book. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Awesome. So we've got a lot. Actually, we have a good amount of stuff to cover today. So without further ado, let's jump right on into it. We've got a whole list of things we got to talk about here, plus Deadpool. Even though we're a little late on that, but we're still going to cover it.
Yeah,
let's
talk about it.
Yeah, we can totally cover that. I guess we'll just kick it off with the most recent bit of news. The Civil War trailer actually came out yesterday, and it was chock full of Easter eggs, like nods to the actual Civil War comic and a whole bunch of stuff. We actually got our first look at Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and surprisingly, it was a whole mix of people not liking it or people loving it, people in the middle. So, Alex, what did you think about the trailer?
At first, I watched the trailer while I was still at work earlier today, Thursday, whenever it came out. But the time of hearing this, it was yesterday. And I watched it at work, and I saw it on my phone, so it wasn't the best quality. And the first time I saw Holland in his suit, I didn't really like it a whole lot. I still don't like the symbol on it. I think the symbol is too small. But the rest of the suit, after I got home and I watched it on my computer and everything, and saw it in full high def and good quality, the suit really grew on me. I like the overall design of it, and I think you can see the ammo cartridges for his web shooters on his belt, on his waist. And
really?
And then you can see if you look at his wrist, I tried to frame by frame it, and you can kind of maybe see a web shooter on his wrist. So I think that they're gonna go the same way that they did with Andrew Garfield and have the web shooters instead of it come out of his arms like Tobey Maguire. So I'm pretty
Shazam!
Yeah, so
You're gonna love that.
I'm pretty excited about that though. But other than that, I don't really know. I don't have that much of an opinion on him yet because, we only got the one line. But, I don't know. I'm really interested. I think his role is going to be really small in the movie. I don't think we'll get more than 5 or 10 minutes of screen time with him at all.
Yeah. What about the rest of the trailer? Do you have a favorite part of it?
I really like the clips that we got of Black Panther. I think he looks amazing. And then I liked seeing the Winter Soldier. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters, so seeing him was cool. I'm not as big as a Marvel guy, but of what I do read and watch, I like Winter Soldier, so seeing him was cool too. And then yeah, those were the two things that stood out the most from the trailer. It made me I like the tone of it more. I'm less worried about the film, but I'm still not super hyped about it yet. I'm trying to reserve getting overhyped for it.
Yeah. Andrew, what about you?
Oh man, I loved it. I thought it was a perfect trailer. Just the tone, everything about it just looks dark, gritty, and that's what you expect with these two iconic Marvel characters going head to head. And yeah, I know everyone was kind of talking about Spider-Man, and I was one of the few on Twitter saying, yeah, I don't really want to see Spider-Man. I kind of want that saved for the movie. But I liked it. I thought he looked good. The way, he sounded just like, your awkward teenager being thrown into a pretty hostile situation. Just, hey, everyone. So, hey, I'm here.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah. I just got this.
My uncle's dead. Freaking died.
Yeah, but his suit. I mean, I get the complaints. I liked it. I thought it looked good.
I've seen a lot of people compare his to his costume. They said it resembles like Alex Ross's. Like,
Yeah.
It
design
does.
of the suit.
But especially like the eyes, where you can see like the black outline. Yeah, I thought it was good. Black Panther looks amazing. I'm really excited to see where Bucky goes. Whether or not he's still sort of trapped in his little Winter Soldier brainwash stage, I guess. Or whether or not he fully remembers if he's Bucky. So,
yeah, I think there was. I think I saw there was like some kind of like behind the scenes. I think like extra or something like, or some weird TV show did, and you actually saw like Winter Soldier like kicking Captain America into like an elevator door. So I'm guessing he's not gonna fully be recovered
not yet
from like his like Hydra days. So I think it'd be interesting to see how he kind of just comes back and remembers everything.
Definitely. And Winter Soldier was like my favorite Marvel movie, and so I have complete faith in the Russo brothers. So I just think this will deliver. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is a close second for me.
Oh yeah.
I just love the tone of Guardians. You know, the whole. I don't know. There's just something about Guardians that I'll every single time it comes on TV, I'll just watch it. I'm just like, it's freaking Guardians. You know, you got Star-Lord, you got Gamora. It's just I just really like the movie.
It's a really like fun movie. It's just
it's so different.
It's a fun movie to watch. Yeah.
I actually really liked the trailer. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, because I mean, for some reason, like I was like, I don't really know if it's gonna be good, because I didn't really like the first trailer, but this one literally showed me every single thing that I wanted to see. I wanted to see like why they were fighting, and I feel like, although I don't think this was like it was in the comics, because I haven't read the Civil War comic in a really long time. But I feel like Rhodey is actually gonna be like a catalyst for the reason why they like try to kill each other. Because I mean, you saw him get like shot out the sky, and like you shot him like directly in his arc reactor. You guys think he's dead?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've been thinking about that, and like I don't know whether or not they would. I can't decide whether or not I think that he is. I think it's possible, but I think that they would. I don't know if they'll kill off more than one person, and I want them to kill off. Like I want Cap to die and Bucky to take up the shield by the end. So
here's what I've been thinking about. Because if you think about it, like the whole reason for the what's it called, the Sokovia Accords, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason for that is because of the destruction, and everyone's just like, oh yeah, we need to have rules, and the other person's just like, no, we don't need to be policed, or else the police are gonna get in the way, or the government's gonna get in the way. I feel like that right there would not be the reason for them wanting to just like duke it out, you know? I feel like there has to be some kind of tragic event to happen to either one of the sides that would make them want to go after the other one, you know? That's why
because I don't think Cap would be like, yeah, no, like we shouldn't not put innocent people in danger. I think he'd be like, yeah, like we should be more careful. Yeah. Like that's a good idea, you guys.
Yeah, I feel like what's gonna happen. This is my speculation. This isn't like I have like some inside scoop on Marvel Studios or anything like that. I feel like Winter Soldier is going to kill Rhodey, and that's just gonna set Tony Stark off, and that's why that's why the whole movie just like kicks into high gear. I feel like that right there. I feel like that scene of them at the airport is going to be like a very core portion of that movie that really just kind of just skyrockets and takes the thing from 0 to 100. And everybody's just freaking flying off of arrows and stuff like that. So
I'm thinking it might be something to do with that like Senate building that we see, and maybe has something to do with Wakanda, because we see.
Yeah, because you actually.
Yeah, because we see Black Panthers continuously going after Winter Soldier. So, yeah. So
you actually also see T'Challa in that building after it blows up. You'll see him like come like rising from the ground, which is like covered in rubble and stuff like that. So he's probably just be like, really?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, what one of my favorite parts was actually seeing the raft. Was that prison?
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. I had no idea what it was.
It's a super prison in the Marvel comics, and I'm assuming that's the raft because well, why not?
No,
And
that would make
Yeah,
sense.
it came out the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes
And
out of
it
the
looked like
ocean.
it-
That's where they.
It had
Yeah.
cells, and it's what it looked like. So I mean, that would
Yeah,
make
that's
sense.
where they house the super villains. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how that plays into the movie.
That's pretty cool. I had no idea about that. I remember seeing it and I was like, wow, that thing looks cool, but I have absolutely no idea what it does or what it's for.
Mhm.
Yeah, same. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like another helicarrier, honestly. Because the helicarrier, when you first saw it in the Avengers,
It
was
came
just
out of
like,
water.
It looked like a boat. Yeah, it was like a boat.
Yeah.
And then it rose. So I was just like, oh, maybe they just upgraded to where they can go underwater. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But then I looked at it, I was like, that's not a helicarrier. I don't know what I'm looking at. So
Mhm.
good to have a clarification. That's actually really cool that they put that in, or hopefully they put that
Yeah.
in from the comics.
Mhm.
I guess we can keep going on this Marvel track, or unless you still got something to say.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I think I mentioned this earlier on Twitter. I'm just a little bit confused as to what Captain America is fighting for. I have an idea just because I know I've read the comics, and so it's. I know he's fighting for freedom and making sure that heroes don't just become government pawns.
Yeah, but from the
And-
trailer, you can't
It's really hard to see. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
I haven't read the Civil War comic. I mean, I know the basic the big points that happen in it, but I haven't personally read it, and so from judging from the trailer, you don't really know why he's fighting.
Exactly.
You just see him doing it. You're not really sure why he's trying to fight back at Tony.
It looks like it's just to redeem Bucky, and I mean that's a part of it, but that's not nearly what the entire fight should be about.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that was just the one question that was raised for me.
Yeah, now that you think about it, I'm playing the trailer back over in my head, I can kind of see where you're coming at. You don't really, he doesn't really have a clear motive as to why he's, or at least it hasn't been shown in the trailers. Maybe that's on purpose.
Maybe.
But yeah, I definitely see where you're coming at from there. So, good eye.
Mhm.
I guess we can keep going on this Marvel track.
Sure.
I guess Marvel Studios 2 at 20th Century Fox released some new X-Men freaking Avengers. Wow, X-Men Apocalypse posters. One of them features Apocalypse and his horsemen. You've got Archangel, Psylocke, and Magneto. Right? That's 3. What is wrong with me? Who's the other one? Is there another one?
It's Storm, isn't it?
Is Storm? Is she on that poster?
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it in front of me because I can't. But yeah, that's interesting. And then also we have another poster featuring Xavier. You've got Cyclops. Basically all the new X-Men. So what do you guys think of the posters?
I liked the Apocalypse one, the bad guy one, and all his horsemen. I liked it a lot more than the X-Men one. I'm not really sure why I don't. Well, Jennifer Lawrence is part of the reason I don't like the X-Men one that much. She's front and center.
Dang, already episode 1 and already throwing shade. Dang.
I don't like the fact that she refuses to put on the blue makeup. I think that's ridiculous. If you're gonna sign up to play a character, you should you need to play the character, and that is that's an integral part of who Mystique is, and she just refuses to do it. And
Yeah, that's like Batman. That's like Ben Affleck saying, "I'll play Batman, but I'm not wearing the bat suit."
Exactly.
Or I'm not wearing the cowl.
you can't do that. You have if you're gonna play the character, then play the character. And so I don't like her or anything to do with her in the movie really. And she's front and center in the posters, so I don't really like that. But other than that, I don't really like the X-Men one that much in general. I just can't figure out why. It just seeing it, I didn't get more excited. I wasn't that's awesome. I was just kind of okay. But I think it's because I like the costumes for Magneto and Apocalypse and Psylocke and Archangel. They look more appealing to me than the X-Men do, since the X-Men all look the same, I guess.
Black leather. Yeah, me and Andrew had a nice long conversation about that a couple weeks ago. That's something that's been a quick growing trend in some comic book movies. Instead of them taking the actual costumes from the comics and altering them a little bit to where they'd fit in a live action role, a live action frame, they decide, oh no, black leather, and X-Men's been doing it since 2002 or 2003 when the first X-Men came out.
Mm-hmm.
It
just looks so outdated.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, putting that into perspective, that is ridiculous. It would have been like 14 years, and they haven't.
And the closest
the
closest we've gotten to the comic book accurate X-Men
was First Class.
costumes was First Class, exactly. And now it's just like, I'm like, why would they do that? They would go from the nice, colorful, they still had like a nice little modern, quote unquote, modern for the time period the movie took place in, like a modern time period. But then you're gonna go 25 years into the future, and now everybody's just wearing like black spandex / leather. I mean, like, I don't know. It's really, yeah.
But yeah, so I like the Apocalypse poster more. It looked better to me. But I'm pretty excited for the movie. It's pretty close. It's like right after Civil War. It's a couple weeks after Civil War.
Really?
So that'll be really, yeah. It's May 27th, I believe.
Oh
yeah,
wow! I thought it was June.
I looked it up earlier. No, it's close. I'm excited for it. My hype meter for a lot of other things is kind of being like numbed right now because of how close we are to BvS. But
yeah,
we'll talk more about that later.
2 weeks, man. Oh my! I'm so excited. Andrew, what do you think about those posters?
I kind of have to agree with Alex. The Apocalypse one that's probably my favorite. Still, it could be better. I'm just looking at like even just the image of Psylocke. It's just a reused image of her. But I mean, I don't really care all that much because they look good. I think they look pretty unique with all their different looks. And then I'm looking at the X-Men, and like you guys said, all black.
Yep.
Jennifer Lawrence right in the center, and it's like, I mean, I get that. I get because she's probably
for marketing,
the most
like
well-known.
Yeah.
It's just I've never seen her character as being a lead, like having a lead role. Mystique has always sort of been that like behind the scenes sort of character.
She's not even like a huge good guy all the time in the comics for the X-Men. She shouldn't be a lead X-Men
like if it were up to me, I would have put like either Cyclops or Jean Grey in the center.
Yeah, that's who should be in the center for that.
You would think they would put Jean Grey in the center because like she was a pretty important piece in like the first trailer for the movie that came out.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that she's behind Jennifer Lawrence's character. Actually, now it really does bother me. Actually, I didn't even know that she didn't want to wear the makeup. So when you said that was my first time of me actually hearing that. I don't understand. Like, that's
she refused to wear the makeup. Like that's why she won't be blue in the movie.
I'll be like, hey, you want to wear it? Then how about you just get out and I'll find somebody who will.
She doesn't like wearing the blue makeup. She said it makes her uncomfortable, and so she doesn't want to put it on. And so that's why she's not blue in the movie.
Also, another thing is, if I were designing the poster, I probably would have moved the new mutants in front, and then the older ones in back.
Yeah, and not have. Yeah, like you would think they wouldn't showcase the people who are new.
Exactly.
Like, that way we could see them more because we haven't seen them as much.
Exactly. And so now we're just like, oh well, they're just gonna be, background characters, supporting characters.
They better not be. I'd be really upset if that happened.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, they're all right posters. X-Men has I'm not too hyped about it. The past few trailers or TV spots or whatever we've seen of them have they just kind of bore me.
Like,
I mean,
yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that. I'm not super super like hyped for it, but it's one of the movies that I know like I'm convinced that it's going to be good. Like I'm sure it's going to be a solid movie that I'm going to enjoy watching it. I'm just not like super hyped for it before it's coming out, Like
exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, we're still gonna see it.
I mean, yeah, like I'll be in the theater opening day.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe even midnight, or no, I'll see it on the Thursday before. Like, but I'll be there.
Seeing all these movies opening day.
But before we move on, I just want to go back to the whole costume thing because like just bringing it up again is just bothering me even more. You've got Marvel and DC. You've got Marvel and DC who have taken their comic book costumes and translated them extremely well to on screen. Now, mind you, with DC, we've only seen, 3 of them so far? Actually, no, 4, my bad. We still have Aquaman. We still, and Marvel's killing it, obviously, with Spider-Man, the whole Civil War thing, and you see their costumes. Black Panther, his costume is, like, one of the most comic book accurate costumes that I've seen on screen. But then you have 20th Century Fox, who, in pretty much every way right now, is kind of behind in the superhero game, except for maybe 1 or 2 movies. But you're gonna stick with the old school black leather? I mean, why?
Yeah, that's awful.
What? Who? I want to know who sat down at the meeting and we're just like, all right, so now we need to hash out some the costumes for the X-Men. And the guy's just like, I got it. Black leather. And they're just like, yes. No, stop doing that. Black leather is gone. It's over. Please move on from it because people are tired of it.
I think that had to do a lot with Bryan Singer. I think back in the day it appeared edgy in early 2000s, and nowadays, like I said, it looks outdated when you have DC and Marvel putting these comic accurate costumes out in these movies. And then, I mean, I didn't know this, but a fan told me that apparently Psylocke was supposed to have a black leather suit too.
Oh, dude, I would have been so pissed.
Until Olivia Munn said no, she was going to have a comic accurate Psylocke look. And
dude, hats off to Olivia Munn for that. Well, she's a comic book fan, so I mean, I'm
exactly.
I would have questioned her if she didn't speak up about that. So that's awesome.
And there's a reason why she sticks out because she looks unique.
Yep.
So.
And I do like Magneto's costume, but it's a little too armory for me, honestly. I agree. He looks massive, and it just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like there's too much going on. You've got all the lines, you've got different colors, different shades of red, and yeah. I think he has a cape or something. I don't know. It's just it's a little much going on, but I do like the fact that they decided to add color because the past times of him wearing his costume on screen, they didn't have a whole lot of color in it, so it's nice to see. It's nice to see that they're learning. They're slowly learning, but they need to 86 that black leather for everybody's sake. 20th century. All right, moving on from Marvel things for right now. We're gonna get to the biggest piece of DC news that dropped this week, and that is J.K. Simmons is playing Commissioner Gordon in Justice League Part 1. This is probably one of the most surprising casting announcements that DC has made ever since since Heath Ledger as the Joker. Everybody knows J.K. Simmons from playing J. Jonah Jameson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man series. But yeah, I'm really, really, really excited to have him aboard the DC cinematic universe. So Andrew, what do you think about our good old boy JKS joining the DC universe?
Oh, it's so good.
I was completely shocked when I saw that. I actually thought it was a joke at first, until I just saw all these other media outlets just running with it. I was like, "There's no way DC got him," and because, like you said, he just said the week before he'd love to come back in Spider-Man, and so I was like, they're gonna jump on that, maybe, but. I never thought he would come to DC, especially that quickly, and I'm so excited for it. I don't even know what else to say. He's just a phenomenal actor, and
did he won? I think he won an Oscar for Whiplash. Whiplash. It's such a great movie.
Yeah, he won an Oscar for Whiplash. I haven't watched it yet. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight.
Dude, watch it. It's really, really, really good.
Yeah. So seeing him and Ben Affleck in a Batman solo film, and even just Justice League Part 1, it's going to be a treat.
So what do you think? What do you think his role is going to be in Justice League? Because there's rumors saying that Darkseid's going to be the main villain for. It's actually either Darkseid or Brainiac going to be the main villains for Justice League Part 1. So I'm super excited about him being cast. That means he's going to be in the Batman solo film, and if you think about it, that Batman solo film has an all-star cast. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be ridiculous. But what is he gonna do? Is it gonna be a cameo? But then again, it's J.K. Simmons. I feel like they wouldn't cast him just to have a a complimentary role or like a a throwaway role or something like that. So what do you think he's actually gonna be doing?
I think it's mostly just to establish that he exists in this universe, and kind of like we heard the guy who's what's his name, Daniel Bruhl, the guy who's playing Baron Zemo in Captain America. How they said that he's really just kind of there to establish him, and then they'll use him in future films. I kind of think that's what they're going to do with J.K. Simmons, where they'll introduce him. He's here. He's in Gotham. He's here with Ben Affleck, but I don't think he's going to have a huge role. Maybe a scene, and that's probably it.
Really, you think just a scene?
I do. I think they're going to have a lot to work with already, with just getting all these Justice League characters the time they need on screen, and plus establishing a new villain. I think he's not going to have a ton of time.
Do you think he's going to get like a little nod in Dawn of Justice? I feel like it would, because I feel like we're going to be spending a lot of time in Gotham, and it makes sense, obviously, because you're introducing a new Batman, you're introducing the Dark Knight to this massive, quickly growing world that Zack Snyder and the guys at Warner Brothers are creating. So I feel like we're going to be spending a lot of time in Gotham, and I'd actually be kind of surprised if he didn't get a mention or he just like pops up out of nowhere. And maybe that's why they announced it so quickly, because they were just like, hey, he's going to be in the we casted him, but maybe I feel like he might pop up.
I think that Gordon will get a name drop in BvS. I think like the character will get a name drop. I don't think that we'll but I think that would be it as far as anything in BvS. And then like I'd have to going back to like the initial casting and everything and like my thoughts on it. Like I have to agree with Xander. Like I could not be more excited for it. I'm so hyped. It's like the Batman solo movie is going to be so great. The cast is insane. Like you said, Josh, like Batman, Alfred, Commissioner Gordon, and the Joker all have Oscars. They're all phenomenal actors, and everyone involved is going to be great. And then I also agree with Ander, what he said about Gordon's role in Justice League. I think he'll have like a scene or two, maybe two, but I don't think it'll be much more than that, because I think Ander's right. They're going to need a lot of time to focus on the rest of the league and then the new villain and everything else that's going on. So he won't have a huge role, but like Andrew said, it'll be to set him up, and then he'll have like a much bigger role in the Batman solo film whenever that happens. And I think that's how they got J.K. Simmons onto the role in the first place. Like, hey, show up in this, and then you get to be in this movie. Like, probably directed by Ben Affleck. They haven't officially confirmed that yet, I don't think, but
it's gonna happen. I feel like it's gonna happen.
Ben Affleck is gonna direct. He has to. Like, it's gonna happen, but. And so I think that he was like, okay, yeah, like let's do that, and so that's how they got him on board. But I'm so excited for it; it's gonna be so great.
Yeah, I'm just happy. Like I'm not gonna name any names, but I'm just happy that this completely squashes a certain rumor of Jim Gordon being dead in the DCEU. So I'm happy. I was so sad when I read that too. I was just like, you've got to be kidding. I was like, we're gonna have Batman without Commissioner Gordon. I was like, really?
I remember that.
But I'm so happy that rumor has been proven false. Yeah. Super excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be very cool. It'll be really cool to see like an older like Gordon and Batman relationship, and not like a young one like how we had in Nolan's trilogy, because we saw him interact with Gordon for the first time, but like this time they'll already have an established like years and years of history, and I think that'll be really cool.
I guess we can keep going on this DC train. This is our favorite train. Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. We're not biased. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So apparently there for the Blu-ray edition of Batman v Superman, there will be an R-rated version of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Hype. They don't say exactly what the R-rated version is going to entail. All they said that it's going to contain extended
intense action throughout.
Yeah, like extended scenes. I think Charles Roven was talking about it a couple of weeks ago. It was last week, where he said that some of the scenes in the movie are super intense, and if they kept going at the same kind of intensity, that the movie would have had to just make it R. So I'm glad that we're getting an R-rated cut from that of the movie. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think that we all know the intense action scenes are just going to be Batfleck destroying people.
Actually, I believe it's gonna be something else. I mean, of course, I feel like we're gonna get that, obviously. Especially based off the trailer that we got, we're gonna see some really intense fighting from Ben Affleck. But honestly, I think the R-rated bits are gonna come from his dream sequence when he sees Jason getting beat half to death by Joker with the crowbar, and then also
in the director's cut.
Yep, and also the events of the Killing Joke where Joker shoots Barbara in the spine and cripples her. Spoiler alert! Sorry.
If you if you don't know that, then sorry, I guess.
Yeah, you need where have you been all your life? But yeah, I honestly think that's where
it came out. Like how many years?
It came out 2000. I don't know. Andrew, you've got comic knowledge. Where did it come out?
I'm sorry, what's the Killing Joke? It's
the Killing Joke, yeah.
The
Killing Joke came out March 1988.
88?
Really?
Yep. It's 88.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Wow, I said 2000. What am I doing?
God, Josh, come on.
Dude, man, you guys know I'm just getting back into comics, although I have read the Killing Joke multiple times. I just never really paid attention to the actual year. But yeah, like, what do you guys think, and what do you think? What do you think about what exactly is gonna make this cut R? We'll start with you, Andrew.
Kind of like what Alex was saying. I think it's going to be a lot of action within the film. Probably a lot of Ben Affleck kicking guys' butts. Probably a lot of Doomsday. I don't know. Yeah, I would just say a lot of action. Could be a little intense for a younger audience. So, yeah, that's kind of what.
Yeah.
You know what I read actually? Now that you mentioned when you said something in there, you automatically reminded me about something. Apparently, I don't know if this is true or not. This came from some source on the internet. They said there's like brief nudity in the movie. Like there's a butt that just like flies across the screen.
I don't know about that.
I don't know whether that's. I'm not trying to see any super butt,
I feel like for the director's cut, I feel like the only reason that it's R is because of like action and maybe a little bit of blood. I don't think that there's a whole lot of like language or anything or any nudity or like sexual or anything. Like maybe like a little bit of like stuff, but like not a whole lot, not enough to make it R. Like I don't think there will be any more like sexual situations at like what they would rate it between the two different cuts. Like I think it'll be the same amount. I think that the reason it's going to be R is just the action and violence. How long do you hope that the director's cut is?
That's a good question. I want it to be like 3 hours, dude. I really want it to be like 3 hours long.
Yeah, I'm thinking that realistically it'll be close to 3 hours. That's what the Watchmen director's cut is. It's exactly at 3 hours.
Which I still haven't seen.
It's the only version of the movie I've seen. I haven't seen the theatrical release. But I would want the director's cut. Like I would take like an 8-hour director's cut if I could.
Yeah.
But realistically, I
think
marathon
that joint. Oh yeah.
Realistically, I could sit there and watch Batfleck pummel people for 8 hours, dude. Just give me that and I'll be happy. But realistically, it'll probably be around 3 hours. So, and I'm fine with that. That's a lot. That's 45 more, or no, that's like a half an hour more footage, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, because it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 31 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, right?
Yeah.
But actually, technically, it's like 2 hours and 20 something minutes because Zack Snyder said that the end credits are really long.
Really?
So yeah, so he said the end credits are really long. So the movies, I think he said somewhere like the movies is more around like 225 or something like that. But the thing is, like apparently the end credits aren't gonna be just like just regular just a bunch of names. There's gonna be like a Justice League like role thing that it's kind of like the opening of Watchmen where they're showing what is it, the Minutemen they're called?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember reading that article now.
Yeah.
So talking about with like the scroll thing, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, so apparently that's gonna be at the end of Dawn of Justice. So make sure you stay in your seats.
I'll have to stay in my seat anyways because I'll be seeing it the next showing too.
Packed. You're going back to back?
Yeah, there's like
Going back to back like
there's
Drake?
15 minutes in between my two showings.
Wow. Are you seeing it on Thursday?
Yeah, I'm seeing it Thursday night the first time. I'm seeing it. I have tickets to 7 different showtimes right now.
Wow, how broke are you? How broke are you now?
I'm very broke, actually.
Yep. Well, that's what you get for buying like 7 freaking showings. Jesus.
Gee.
Oh, completely. My shirt came in the mail today. I was so excited.
Oh, you got a Batman v Superman shirt?
I got the Batman, the one where it says Demon like in front of him. With
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I like those little posters they came out with.
Yeah.
They're super, super nice. Okay, I guess we can move on from the
DC hype.
the comic book stuff for right now, and we'll jump over to the little world of people raiding tombs.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, Daisy Ridley, who's been obviously widely known for her portrayal as Rey ... We don't know her last name in Star Wars. Apparently, she's the front runner to play Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider reboot. Which is it's a massive shocker to me. I mean, I've actually never watched the original Tomb Raider movies, one with Angelina Jolie, but I heard that they're trash, so I'm not gonna bother watching them because I don't like wasting my time. Have you guys seen them?
I've seen the posters, and I assumed that it was trash after seeing the posters. So
apparently the CG is really it's like PS1 graphics bad. So
they were trying to. So they had accuracy to the game. That's good, I guess.
Yeah. Hey. Consistency is key. So what do you guys think? Like, do you think Daisy Ridley will be a good fit for Lara Croft?
I don't know how to feel about this rumor. I didn't even know that I don't remember hearing about a Tomb Raider reboot in the first place. I didn't know they were making one. But as far as Daisy Ridley, I mean, I guess I think she could pull off the role. I just don't like when I hear Tomb Raider and like Lara Croft. I don't think, oh, Daisy Ridley. I think she's a great actress, and I think she'll be great in a lot of roles. But I don't think that Lara Croft is necessarily I don't know. I just can't. I don't picture her as Lara Croft really. But I mean, if it happens, we'll see. I hope she does well, but I don't know.
Yeah. Andrew?
I kind of have to agree.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think she'd do a good job if she got cast for sure. But just right now, I don't know.
Well, she does have a lot. She does have a lot on her plate. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of compare it to when everyone was saying that Chris Pratt should play Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, he'd be charismatic, but he doesn't really have that like roughness to him that like Harrison Ford did for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So I kind of
that's like the other news that we got the other day whenever Tom Hiddleston said that he wanted to play James Bond. It's like I think
we were talking about that.
Yeah, I think that he would do good, and he has like the charisma down, and he could do that part of Bond, but like he doesn't have the gruffness and like he's just not. I don't know. I don't think that.
Honestly, when it comes to, I mean, I know this is off topic right now, but that's something I do want to talk about. Like Tom Hiddleston wanting to play James Bond, I think that would be a terrible idea.
Really?
I really do, and let me explain why. With a character like James Bond, it helps the character a lot more when the actor playing James Bond is kind of like a newcomer or almost like an unknown.
Whenever he doesn't have a role attached to him already.
Yeah, like take for example, Daniel Craig. Nobody really knew who Daniel Craig was before. Was it Quantum Solace?
Yeah,
no, Casino Royale. Sorry, no. Yeah, Casino Royale was the first one. Quantum of Solace was the second one everybody hated.
Yeah, you're right.
Which I don't understand why everybody hated. I actually kind of like that.
I've actually never seen either of them. I've only seen Skyfall
Really?
and Spectre. Yeah. I need to watch the other two.
You gotta watch Casino Royale at least.
Yeah, Casino Royale was actually really good. I think that's my favorite. That's like my second favorite. Skyfall was actually my favorite. But yeah, I don't think Tom Hiddleston would. And I'm not saying that he, as an actor, would not do a good job. I think as an actor, he'd do a fantastic job. He's a great actor.
Exactly, yeah.
But based on his popularity, I just don't think that he would be that they would even consider him. With Tom Hiddleston, you know, he's been made famous by the Avengers movie, Crimson Peak. I forget what other movies he's been in. I feel like he's been in something else that I'm missing. Is there?
I feel like there. Hold on, I'll look it up.
But yeah, I guess while he's looking that up, yeah, I just don't think he would be the best fit.
Mm-hmm.
And the same goes for Idris Elba. I love Idris Elba. I feel like he needs to take on one of those like iconic roles just because of who he is. But based on his popularity, I just don't think they would even give him a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I actually would like to see Idris Elba as James Bond. I think that would be really good. I think I would want to watch that over Tom Hiddleston as James Bond easily. Let's see, Tom Hiddleston has been in Crimson Peak, High Rise, which is coming out soon. Thor: The Dark World, Avengers. That's really it. Like, as far as big movies, is it? You know, like I'm not even recognizing most of these. He's been in like a lot, but I don't know most of them.
Well, I mean, if he gets cast, it's not like I'm gonna like, oh god, no, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, I'm still gonna watch the movie. I like James Bond. I like these James Bond movies. I like Tom Hiddleston. But I mean, if I
he's
were
not your first choice.
Yeah, he's not my first choice, and he's not my second. Honestly, I don't know who they should cast as the next James Bond, but apparently they're still trying to bring back Daniel Craig for one last one, which I think that's what they said for Spectre. They were just like, one last one. He doesn't want to play the character anymore.
He doesn't. I don't think he'll do it again.
Yeah, the funny thing is, this is something that somebody told me a couple of weeks ago, is Daniel Craig actually has a phobia of guns.
Really?
And he's been playing these characters that's just gunning people down, you know? Which
That's
I was
crazy.
like, really? I was like, he has a phobia of guns, so I highly doubt he's gonna come back. But I mean, I am very interested to see who they're gonna cast. Because,
Yeah, good luck to them, because I have no idea.
Yeah, that's like trying to recast Batman. You saw what WB went through their whole thing. But yeah, back to Daisy Ridley. Andrew, did you have any more to add to that?
No, not really. Just I guess like what you said, she probably is a little busy now with Star Wars, and she's probably getting a lot of other offers now since she's the
She blew up, like she exploded
exactly.
overnight.
She's the it girl now. So,
There's plenty on her plate, so
yeah. And would it really be smart? I mean, Tomb Raider, you know, it's a well-known property, but it's also a video game property, and let's look at history here. Video game movies don't do very well.
yeah,
No.
that is true.
Let's hope.
Hopefully Assassin's Creed changes that.
Apparently it does. They've already greenlit a sequel.
That's nuts.
Really? Oh yeah, I saw that.
I'm waiting for a trailer because we've had no promotional material whatsoever aside from one photo of Michael Fassbender as Callum Lynch and a couple of set photos and like one video of a guy doing a leap of faith. Aside from that, there has been absolutely nothing, and that baffles me.
And it comes out in December.
I mean, but the thing is, by this time last year, we had didn't we have a teaser trailer for Star Wars?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, 9 months
Yeah,
ago.
we had a teaser for Star Wars, and you know, I mean, mind you, that's Star Wars. They don't really have to do it, but I mean, I guess they did it just to hype the movie up even more, like it actually needed it. But yeah, apparently it's possible that there's going to be a teaser trailer of Assassin's Creed with Batman v Superman. I kind of hope that is because I'm very, very, very interested to see like how they're going to take the world of Assassin's Creed and transfer it to big screen. Because I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan.
Same.
Like,
I agree with you. I would very much like a trailer attached with BvS.
Aside from Unity and Syndicate, which in my opinion were terrible, terrible games, I still like the Assassin's Creed. I feel like there's still so much story that they can tell there. They just need to.
I'm glad they're taking a year off.
Yeah. I'm glad that they just need to relax, refocus, and deliver a AAA title like they did with Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Because Black Flag was the last Assassin's Creed game that I played that was actually good.
Black Flag was amazing.
So,
For reference, the first teaser trailer for Star Wars came out November 28th, 2014. So it came out over a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Back to the whole Daisy Ridley Tomb Raider thing. I don't think it'd be a good idea, like I said earlier, because I think she's got way too much on her plate right now. They're just starting to film Star Wars Episode 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just finished. They're starting to film Episode 8, and then she's gonna have maybe 6-7 months off, and then she's gonna jump right into Episode 9, which I'm pretty sure she's gonna be in. The Tomb Raider, I don't really know why they need to reboot like Tomb Raider. There isn't a huge need for it. I mean, I get that the new game came out and it's really good. I mean, I played the first one. The first one was actually, I liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
Same. It was really good. I played it. I beat it in one sitting. I really enjoyed it.
I'm waiting for the second one to come to PlayStation 4,
Same.
but it's not gonna be there until like the end of the year. So I might have to wait. I'm not gonna buy an Xbox One to play one game. But yeah, I mean, I get the fact that they're trying to cash in on the success of the video game, but I just don't think Tomb Raider is one of those properties that you have to reboot. Like, oh, let's get this done now. Like, that's something that you can shelve for a while and work on something like, I don't know, a Halo movie, something that we've deserved for so long.
I agree.
And we haven't gotten. I want my Halo movie.
Yeah. Like, on that same train of thought, I think there's a lot of other video game properties that should be made great movies before
The Witcher.
Tomb Raider.
All right, just off the bat, 3. Actually, no, we'll go 5. 5 video games that deserve to be turned into feature films.
Are we doing this? Do we?
Yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this right now.
Mortal Kombat.
Go for it.
1.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
What?
Mortal Kombat needs a good movie.
What? Dude, they did
Mass
one in the
Mortal
90s, and it
Kombat
was
needs-
fantastic.
No, dude.
Maybe.
Mortal Kombat.
I love that movie.
Mortal Kombat needs a good movie. Okay, 4 more.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed, I guess, since it hasn't gotten one yet, technically. I'm gonna slip that one in there.
All right, I'll let that slide.
The Witcher, good. That's one, Andrew.
I still haven't played that game. I played the second one. I didn't like it.
Play the third one. It's amazing.
I'm trying, man. It's hard. It's hard when you're broke.
I have the third one. I just haven't played it a whole lot. I can't think of more video games. I don't have more.
Mass
I don't have more
Effect?
with me.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess that
Maybe.
Bioshock would be cool.
Bioshock.
Oh yes.
That'd be a great movie.
Yeah, that'd be better actually.
I've got a list floating around in my head, and I'm super excited about it.
You go for it, dude. I'm out.
All right. 1, Halo, obviously, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
2, Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
3, Splinter Cell. It could be like a John Wick, Born hybrid.
Yeah.
That could just be just thinking about it is just making my soul
Splinter
just very
Cell would be
happy.
good.
Let's see what else. Uncharted.
I was gonna say that, but that's the same thing as Tomb Raider. So I mean, they could do those
I mean, actually, if you think about it, it's more reminiscent of Indiana Jones, if anything. Apparently, they were super close to filming an Uncharted movie because they already have Mark Wahlberg cast as Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Which would have been he's not my first choice. But and after that, which is the last movie that I would say, it's actually not a live action movie, it's animated. I want a movie based on Crash Bandicoot.
Dude,
I love Crash Bandicoot with all my heart.
Crash Bandicoot game, or at least put the old ones on PlayStation 4, please, dude. Bring it back. I need it.
Please, if anybody from PlayStation happens to come across this
For some
podcast,
reason,
please,
dude, I will give you a ridiculous amount of money to make that happen.
I'm serious. And the thing is, we're not the only people that would want that to happen. There are millions of people that want some kind of Crash Bandicoot content on PlayStation.
We're gonna start a petition, and everyone listening to this podcast sign the petition for Crash Bandicoot on PS4. Let's do it.
That's right. Hashtag it. Hashtag
Bandicoot for PS4.
Bandicoot 4. Just freaking gosh. Okay. All right, Andrew, what about you, man? I know for the fact Witcher's going to be on your.
Oh yeah, I just kind of threw mine in with Alex's there. Witcher, Bioshock was a good one. I would say Uncharted or Last of Us, but those games are already cinematic enough that I feel like it'd almost be worse if you made movies based on them.
Yeah, I don't think that they could do The Last
Really?
of Us justice. I think that The Last of Us was an experience as a game, and you shouldn't try like.
Exactly. And
yeah,
you don't get
leave
that
it.
connection as much
Yeah,
between the characters.
I actually just recently beat that game.
Personally, I think it for what it was trying to be and to like accomplish. I think it in my opinion, it is like the perfect game to me. I love that game.
It's good. And then
It was definitely one of one of the more emotional games that I played. I think I would put that up where.
Oh, I cried.
I would put that up there close to like Telltale's The Walking Dead season 1.
season
In
one.
ter-
In terms
yeah.
of emotion, like because they did a very good job
I'm
of
excited.
making you actually care for the characters.
I'm excited for their Batman game. I haven't played the Walking Dead one yet though.
Their
Walking Dead
Batman
game,
and
yeah.
Marvel one. I'm excited for.
I'm more intrigued than excited about Telltale's Batman game because I'm trying to think because I know we all know Telltale's formula. They're more of like a point and click, choose your own adventure kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out how they're going to incorporate that with Batman. Is it going to be I'm guessing based on like the bat symbol that they're using, it's going to be kind of tied to like the Batman Year 1 storyline. But I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Like when you think point and click, the first thing that comes to your mind isn't Batman.
I think it'll be more detective based, and then that would make sense. Yeah, I see where you're coming from though. I just know that I've heard really good things about their story, and so I'm really excited for that because I always love a good Batman story. So.
Yep. Never mind. The last good Batman story we got was Arkham City, which is true.
Aside from comics.
Oh yeah, of course. Let's see.
What else?
Now we can talk about the one thing that we've missed for weeks now. Deadpool. Deadpool premiered back in February to like record box office numbers. I don't know the exact numbers, but
Give me a second.
it's doing incredibly well. It's doing a lot better than a lot of people thought it would. It was for a lot of people thought it was a huge gamble for a studio to make try to make an R-rated superhero movie because usually those don't do super well. For example, Watchmen. Watchmen is a huge. A lot of people like Watchmen, but it didn't do well at the box office and actually stopped DC from making their Killing Joke movie after it came out. Literally, when Warner Brothers saw how bad Watchmen did at the box office, they literally just shelved the Killing Joke and they were just like, nobody wants to watch R-rated comic book movies, so we're just not going to do it. But now, thanks to Deadpool, we're getting an R-rated Wolverine movie. I'm not saying this is the reason why these movies are getting, but I feel like it they just shows, hey, this can be done. Like it's not like super impossible for you to be able to make an R-rated superhero movie. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the next wave of R-rated super flicks that we get.
As of March 9th, 2016, Deadpool has a domestic total of $315 million and a worldwide of $679 million.
Wow, that's great.
Their budget was $58 million.
Wow.
That's so cool. I love it. Well, yeah, I guess we can. Us three can give our quick little review of the movie. Obviously, there are going to be spoilers. So if you haven't seen Deadpool yet, first pause this, go to your theater, sit down, and watch it, and then come back. But obviously, like I said, spoiler filled. So you guys can go ahead and give your reviews. Andrew, we will start with you.
Sure. I thought it was great. I loved it. It was funny. It was completely true to the character of Deadpool. If it were any other superhero, it would have been probably the most generic story ever.
All right.
But since it was Deadpool and you had all the fourth wall breaking and just the ridiculous humor and gratuitous violence, it worked perfectly. And is it kind of sad that I liked this Colossus 10 times better than any any appearance that he's had since the first X-Men movie came
He
out.
was a character.
Yeah.
We saw more of him, and he was way better. I agree.
And he looked like
Yeah,
Colossus.
Yeah, not to fault Daniel Cudmore. I mean, like, he literally did the best with what they gave him. You know, I feel like if they gave him more, you know, we would have appreciated the character a
He
lot
would be
more.
better.
But since they didn't give him he was just a fill-in. You know, nobody was just like, oh, yeah, there's that silver dude. No lie, I've seen somebody on Twitter go, oh yeah, what happened to the other silver dude? Is that like his brother? And I was like, oh my god, really? But anyway, yeah, I really did. I think Colossus was actually my favorite part of the movie, honestly. Aside from Deadpool, I feel like saying Deadpool was my favorite part of his movie would be a cop out. I don't know. I just really enjoyed him. Like, he had character, he had charisma, he had, you know, he was funny. You know, when the times where he, you know, that he was supposed to be funny. Yeah, I honestly, before the movie was announced, I wasn't a huge fan of Deadpool. My friend David is an avid Deadpool fan. He loves Deadpool like the day he dies, and I was just like, I don't really like him. He's just too jokey and stuff like that for me. But when I watched the test footage, and I was just like, you know what, this actually be kind of cool. And then actually seeing the movie and seeing the process that Fox and Ryan Reynolds and the whole team went through to get the movie made is just kind of fascinating to me, because it shows that, you know, that people in this industry don't just do it for the money. You know, they do it for the fans as well. And the fans are the main reason why this movie even got made. Because if that test footage got leaked and it kind of just dissipated and nobody really cared about it, Deadpool wouldn't be out right now. We'd be out a comic book movie, a fantastic one at that. Yeah, I really enjoy like all the subtle nods to, you know, like the studio not having enough money to have another X-Men in there. I think
all the
Yeah.
meta humor and fourth wall breaks were so great. They were so much better than I thought they were going to be, and it was awesome.
Yeah, Deadpool made like one specific jokes about multiple Professor X's that had me dying, because I was just
That
like,
one, that was the line. That was my favorite fourth wall break of the movie.
What I also liked about it is the movie knew what it was trying to be. It didn't have like a bunch of like tonal issues where like, oh, we're trying to be a serious comic movie, but we're also going to be like Deadpool is in the comics. I like that they found their middle ground, and they knew exactly what the kind of movie they were. You could tell from the opening credits that this movie isn't like any other comic book movie you've seen. You know, they didn't list any names, or just like it was like God's Perfect Idiot or directed by an overpaid tool. You know, just things. Like I said, it knew what it was, and they didn't try to hide it, and I appreciate that. So, Deadpool gets 8 chimichangas out of 10. Oh god.
It was the perfect Deadpool movie. Like, I agree with everything that Anders said, and it was the Deadpool movie that it needed to be, and it was awesome, and I'm very excited for the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we like Deadpool. So apparently, this is a report from somebody at Warner Brothers. I think it was Charles Roven, right?
Yeah, I pulled it up. I found an article on Collider, and Charles Roven said that we probably won't be seeing a Green Lantern show up in the movies anytime soon. He said that we'll see him in Justice League Part 2 if we're lucky.
Alex, what do you think about the possibility of us not seeing Green Lantern until 2018 possibly?
It's on the one hand, like, it obviously sucks. Like, I want to see Green Lantern just as much. Well, not just as much as I do all the other heroes. I can't say that, but I mean, I want to see them a lot. So it sucks having to wait a long time. But at the same time, I think that it's giving them the opportunity to make sure that they do Green Lantern justice this time, because, you know that they messed up last time. And so it gives them the chance to do that, and then it also lets them focus on a bunch of other characters that haven't had the chance to shine on screen before and in their own movies, and just to expand the entire universe that they're building already. Like, they've already done an insanely amazing job at building the world of the DCEU, and so it's just giving them more and more time to do that and not focus on their knowing what to put. They have their priorities very much in order. It's really obvious from everything they're doing, and so I think that that's what that is. Like, he's saying that, and he's saying that we might see him even earlier than that, but he's saying that just to be sure, like, hey, don't expect him any earlier than this, and that gives them time to work with, I think, is also part of it.
Yeah, I have to agree. I'm kind of disappointed because I love Green Lantern, but it makes sense. Like I was saying earlier, Justice League has a lot to work with. You've got the main Justice League, you've got Gordon, you've got Mara, and potentially Black Canary, if that turns out to be true. So it doesn't surprise me that Green Lantern's being pushed back until maybe Justice League Part 2. But yeah, I agree with Alex. It's more just like, hey, just hang in there with us. We'll put him out there when we're confident that we have a good vision for him. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and then I believe also he said, he said, I guess I can say to the Green Lantern fans, if they can be patient with us, I think they'll be really happy. So I think that I think we should listen. Like, being patient with it, I think is, well, I mean, we have to. We don't have a choice, but I think that it'll pay off in the end. I think that it'll be a great decision looking back that they waited to as long as they did to bring out Green Lantern.
Honestly, I think what he said, I think it's a total lie, honestly, and I'll tell you why. Dan Boyer.
Yeah, you think Dan is Green Lantern?
I do. The thing is, like, I'm not the only one who thinks he's Green Lantern. Everybody's just like,
no, a lot of people do.
And the thing is, like, this is what I find hilarious. I hope he's not like being a troll or anything like that. I'm pretty sure Dan knows that everybody thinks that he's Green Lantern, right? Mm-hmm. So why would he post a photo on his Instagram yesterday
with the like green lighting?
Yeah, and with the Batman v Superman thing right there. I'm like, seriously, like he's almost like spelling it out in big bold green letters. Hey, I'm Hal Jordan. Now, mind you, he may not show up as Green Lantern in Dawn of Justice.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking we could see Hal before we see Green Lantern.
Yeah, because mind you, he said that his name. Dan Boyer said at a point in the film, his name shows up like you see his name clear and visible. So what if you see Hal Jordan and he just has the ring around his neck? Thus kind of saying, oh yeah, here's Green Lantern, but here's not Green Lantern. You know?
Yeah, I can see that.
They're kind of they're like dangling the bone in front of us. They're like, hey, like here you go, like here he is, but you can't have him yet. But then again, it wouldn't make sense for that to happen because if the Trinity's fighting Doomsday, and Green Lantern exists in this world already,
you would think that he would help.
He would join the fight, just like Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman, whoever else is going to be in the movie. So, I do think that Dan is Green Lantern. I've thought that since I've seen him as drone pilot. I looked at him and I was like, this dude's Hal freaking Jordan. Don't lie to me. Don't try to swindle me like that. I know who you are. So, I think that Dan Boyer is playing Green Lantern, but we will not see. I don't think we'll see Green Lantern until the end of Justice League Part 1. That's what I think.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was gonna say a page from a comic that I remember, but it would be a spoiler, and you have not read it, so I will refrain.
Wait, where's it from?
It's from Justice League.
Justice League what?
Volume. It's right before Darkseid War, I think.
Oh, you go ahead and read it because I'm probably not with the whole relaunch going. I'm sorry, it's not a relaunch.
Rebirth.
It's a relaunch. It's whatever.
It's just, yeah.
Whatever. So I guess now we can just go ahead and list where you can find us at. So Ander, tell people where they can find you at on the interwebs.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at AnderWriter. And, send me a message or any questions you have on upcoming movies, comics, whatever. Or if you just want to say Aquaman rules, you'll be my best friend.
The man really does like Aquaman. Trust me. He really does.
You'll see.
Alex, what about you, man?
You can also find me on Twitter at APBatman with 2 T's. And yeah, basically what Andrew said. If you have any questions about upcoming movies or comics, or if you want to talk about Batman, I am always down for that. And then also, I write for the Comic Drop site, which I'm sure there'll be a link to something, or you probably got here from there. But yeah.
Yep. And my name is Josh. I obviously am the granddaddy of the podcast. I'm just kidding. You can find me on Twitter at Dark Knight of Ren. Ren? Wow, what is wrong with my words today? Dark Knight of Ren. That's 1K for the dark and the night. And you can also find me on Instagram at DCU News. I run that Instagram. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. It was super, super, super fun, and we look forward to doing it in the future. Thanks, guys. Later.